Got 3 bearings here. Okay, I got the outer main shaft bearing for the Super A transmission. I have the inner main shaft bearing, and then the outer countershaft bearing. Now I don't have the inner countershaft bearing because that one's still stuck in the transmission case because I haven't gotten it out. It's a non-tapered roller bearing. It's different from these, and it's like really stuck in there. And I never needed like a puller or something. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Anyway, listen to this. So, yep. So this is the countershaft bearing. Countershaft front bearing, outer bearing. You hear that? Neither do I. Now this is the outer countershaft, or outer main shaft bearing. Hear that? That is a bad bearing. So there's your noise right there. That's why the transmission makes so much noise. And here's the other one, the main shaft. Now, the transmission also makes it makes noise while it made noise while it was in gear, but it also made a ton of noise in neutral. Now, I do believe that roller bearing I was talking about, that's still in there, when I played with it inside the housing, it was a little more wiggly than I wanted it to be, so I think that contributes to a lot of the noise too. So I think the only good bearing in that transmission was this one for the front of the countershaft bearing, and I say good in quotations like that because these bearings are over 60 years old. I mean, they say they're stamped right in here. Made in the USA, International Harvester Corporation. So these bearings were put in this tractor back in 1948 in like Illinois, wherever the factory was. So yeah, they're a little old. That's why I say good, because it's really still needs to get replaced. Yeah, I'm gonna replace all of them, but at least I know where that problem's coming from. Still got to find out where that little chunk of metal came from that damaged my oiler gear, which I'm not too worried about. The oiler gear is not a big deal. It's cast zinc. It's soft. It doesn't bear any load. All it does is sling oil around the transmission. It's not a big deal if it's a little damaged. The regular steel gears in there are all fine. They're all perfect. So it's just these bearings. I think that piece of metal came from the shifter rails, the fork rails. I'll have to take that apart and look at it. Hopefully I can find out where it came from and diagnose it as like a one-time thing so it won't happen again. Or if I have to replace something, hopefully it's not expensive. That inner roller bearing that's in the transmission still, from frickin' CNH Global, Case IH, it's like a $70 bearing. F me, right? These ones are cheap, but I don't know. Hopefully I can get that thing back together for plowing season and 4th of July parade. Oh yeah. America.